Hey guys, good morning. It's fall in Beijing now. The weather's been really nice for the past few days and there's kind of been a lot of exciting things going on in my life. So I thought I'd just make a fall vlog and share some of my favorite moments with you guys. The construction is still going on outside of my window and my balcony garden has tragically died. It's disgustingly early in the morning, and I say that as a morning person because it's really cold outside. I'm getting a ride from Dave to go to his work for a very different reason from his. He's obviously going to work, but I found this place nearby that has the best and most gigantic youtiao in the whole wide world. So of course I will travel 20 minutes during morning rush to get that. This is youtiao. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a savory donut, but 7 times the size of a donut.
I've never seen a youtiao this big before. I didn't know it was possible. I thought there was like an upper limit to how big they could get. It's actually been a really, really long time since I've had a youtiao. I think the last one I had was like a McDonald's. Super hot.
Spoon. Dave had to leave, so I single-handedly finished breakfast for 2. Good thing I've been training my whole life for this. In the fall, the weather's usually bright and sunny, so a lot of grandmas in the hutongs take their bedding out under the sun because they believe the sunlight will kill off germs in the fabrics. I think it's such a vibe. I love how random it is that someone's entire bedding set is just casually hanging in between the trees out in the streets. I love how carefully the knots are tied around the tree trunks. Were the grandmas in a PLA version of the Girl Scouts when they were teenagers? We may never know. I love how the fabrics are all perfectly mismatched in color and how the threads fly out right in front of an old bike. I love it all. I think I'm in love with this city. I'm heading home now from work. In my last video I showed you guys, Dave and I tried to make a pizza oven in his backyard. We thought it went really well, but we ran into a minor issue. The slab of stone that Dave found to heat the pizza split into pieces under fire. When I was living abroad, there's something about China my friends and I would often miss. It's called 烟火气, the air of smoke and fire. When people are cooking in their homes at dusk, when kids are coming home from school, men and women from work, and stray cats are doing whatever cats do. It's the air of life, of home and of familiarity that will forever live in my heart. These are the remains of the pizza oven. When Dave was trying to light up a fire. What's going on there? A lady appeared from the roof, like right there, and said, "You're not supposed to light fires within the second ring road." And since then we've been a little scared to go back in there. Although our backyard wood fire pizza oven didn't quite work out, we did manage to find a deep dish pizza place right here in Beijing.
Like not from Chicago. It's quite an interesting band. They made a single album and then they split up to do other stuff.
It's kind of like a pouring thing.
Cheers. Cookies.
Cookie. This is too good for free.
Over the weekend, I organized a super illegal cookie tabling session at a famous tourist attraction, Qauds. I'm actually mortified. We're gonna set up shop right there. In Beijing, there are lots of chengguan in the city. They're not really the police, but they love exerting their authority by finding unlicensed vendors and chasing them away from the streets. And today, I'll be one of those vendors. Really quite surprisingly, my first customer showed up before I even finished setting up and bought four whole cookies. But then 10 minutes later, Chengguan showed up. I knew they would get me, but I never thought they would come here so quickly. So I had to pack up. A really successful event. As you know, Small Batch Cookie Co. is a resilient company. I realized they will never ever be able to deport me because I'm from here, and the worst that could ever happen is that they may throw me in jail, and that can't be the worst thing in the world. So I decided to relocate to another tourist attraction in the neighborhood, Beiluoguxiang. Beiluoguxiang is one of the most famous hutongs in Beijing, and around this time in the fall when the trees are covered in fall colors, it's super picturesque and it's just a very peaceful and a romantic place to be. It's not quite as touristy as its more famous neighbor Beijing, but I think there are more cute coffee shops and bars hidden in the alleys here, and you should come check it out if you ever visit Beijing. Anyways, because I didn't really plan to table here and had already given a pink shopping cart back, I was literally sitting there with a bunch of cookies and a basket of shared bike. Although there was an embarrassing amount of one-sided conversations and awkward social interactions, I was astonished that people still bought cookies from a shared bike. So the next day, Small Batch Cookie Co. struck again. This time with a pink shopping cart and our chief taste tester.
I like it.
I'm an extremely socially awkward person. My most consistent personality trait in the MBTI test is introversion. But somehow, this weekend of awkwardly interacting with people and not making a lot of money was more fun and rewarding than anything I have ever done as a real job. I love thinking of a crazy idea and just doing it. I love running controlled experiments to figure out how to make the perfect cookie and make it consistently every single time. I love designing marketing campaigns and trying to solve McKinsey-style profitability cases and developing a completely made-up business from 0 to 1. I honestly still can't believe Small Batch Cookie Co. exists. I still have no idea where it's going, but I like to keep it going. And honestly, being able to do things like this is the reason why I'm considering staying in China, because with the Chinese passport, I feel empowered to do what I want to do. I'm not consistently worried about being deported even without having done anything wrong, and I'm not afraid to try and fail and try again. I thought this was what the American dream was all about, and I thought this was what everybody's entitled to do no matter where you are or where you're from. But the truth is, all those years in America, I've never felt so invincible. A month ago, Small Batch Cookie Co. didn't exist, and now we have orders coming in every single week on our online shop, and a local community coffee shop has just agreed to carry our cookies. I don't know, maybe one day we'll have several orders coming in every day. Maybe one day we'll afford to have our own shop. Maybe you're here in Beijing, a tiny teeny one, but it's warm and cozy and you can smell the cookies from miles away. Maybe one day you'll come into the shop and say hi. Until then, stay warm. I'll see you next time.